Hi, Mr. Van Kaplan again, and we're looking at Autodesk Inventor once more. In this activity, we're going to make the handle of the mallet for your pegboard activity and assembly file, and then we're also going to assemble the mallet head and the handle in this video. So the first thing you want to do, open your part file, start a 2D sketch. You want to choose the XY plane, and then starting at the origin, you're going to make a circle. You can see it turns green when you're at the origin there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. And you want to make it have a diameter of 625 thousandths. Okay, and when you do that, hit front to rezoom it. You can see 625 thousandths. That's the diameter we want our handle to be. So let's right click, hit OK, finish 2D sketch. And now we're going to extrude this. We're going to extrude it 8 inches. My computer's been a little slow, I apologize. Okay, so we're going to extrude. And it doesn't matter what direction you go in, forward, backwards. I like to do the symmetric myself. We're going to change that to a distance of 8 inches. Hit OK. Get out of focus. Click the home button to focus it back. Let's go ahead and put a chamfer on each side because you wouldn't want a sharp edge on something like this, especially with it being a kid's toy. So we're going to do the chamfer. Click each end. And let's change that. It's 125 thousandths. That's an awful lot. Let's change that to 625 ten thousandths. So make sure 0.0625. Hit apply there. We've got the rounded edge. Close that out. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put a thread on this. If you remember the mallet head, we put a tapped hole in it where it was threaded. So we're actually going to put threads on this, and then we're going to do an insert in our assembly. So here's my thread button. You can click it, it's going to do the whole thing. Well, mine set up earlier for where I did it earlier as a practice run. Okay, yours is probably going to show up like this where it puts threads all the way down at 8 inches. So go down here to behavior and depth and change that to 1 inch. And it doesn't matter if it's at the top or the bottom, it's going to be the same thing. Make sure your size is 625 thousandths. And then all this stuff, you don't have to mess with the threads and different types of things. So we hit OK there, that's threaded. Let's change it from this generic. If you remember, the mallet head I made was a maple wood. This one, let's see. I'm going to make mine copper. It matches that kind. If you want to do carbon fiber, steel, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so let's do file, save as. Make sure you go to your folder and you want to name it Mallet Handle and just hit save there. And that's it for this part. I'm going to show you how to go in and assemble it in just a second. After you've made the mallet head and the handle, you're going to want to do another assembly file. We've done it one of these for the pegboard. Some of us had a little bit of trouble with that triangle. And this one's a lot easier because we're going to use what's called an insert. So go to assembly. And then we're going to place both items. So let's see, mallet head. There's my wood one. I'm going to place it. Only need one. So I'm gonna hit OK. And you can see mine's got like a reflective finish on it. I don't know about that. I think that's a little much for this. And then I want my mallet handle. Made that copper. We only need one of those. Let's zoom this. Okay. And the other one we had to ground it because we had multiple pieces. On this one we don't really have to. Okay, so this time we're going to do another constrain, but this time we're going to do what's called an insert. In the past we did mate. You've also got angle, tangent. We're going to do an insert, and we're going to do the opposed one because it's still going to stick out. If we wanted it to go inside, we would do the aligned one. So I want this through that hole. You can hear it makes that noise. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to close that out, and I can drag it around. You can see that handle's not coming out of there. Okay. And I can flip it around and look at it all different ways. There's no hole through the top. If I zoom in, I don't have any thread showing. So that's a perfect assembly file for what we're wanting to do. You see on some of these finishes, I chose maple. See how it's reflecting like it's sitting outside in a parking lot. You can see a guy on a motorcycle there. Different materials do that. I don't know why it does that in Autodesk Inventor, but this is your assembled mallet for your pegboard toy. At a later point, we're going to do some more assembly files, possibly a train, and then a playground assembly file, which is a lot of work, but it's really fun, and it's a challenging build. So with this one, this will wrap up the pegboard toy and the mallet. Thank you. And go ahead and save it. You always want to save your assembly files. So File, Save As. Make sure you have it in your folder on your desktop. We want all your files to be there so we can get in there and check them. And let's just name it completed mallet and hit save. Thank you.